What's going on, you guys? Marvin Francois here, and today is it's a special day, but I feel like I say that all the time. This is a different day, ladies and gentlemen, for reasons that I'm sure you're able to see, or maybe you're not able to see, because somebody's shining in here. Somebody's gleaming in here. Somebody came in here and sat themselves next to my Primark hoodie and my Old Navy cheetahs. And you've probably seen them before if you've been following the channel for some time. But I'm talking about none other than my guy, my brother, Mr. Daraine Delevante. My brother, how are you?
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
And we are here, ladies and gentlemen, for part 3 of our amazing series, How to Delete Anything.
Part 3.
Part 3.
Wow.
Now, mind you, it's not some things. It's not a couple of things, but how to delete anything from your credit report using consumer law mastery. Man, I'm extremely excited to have you here, and I know everyone who's watching at home who's been paying attention to parts 1 and 2 are extremely excited for us to get into it, because everybody knows you to be the sauce boss. That's you are the sauce master himself. You don't leave nothing out in the air. You lay it all on the table and you give everything that there is to talk about. Are you ready?
Listen, my mentor told me if you can't give your best for free, you don't know enough.
He's already starting. He's already starting. He's already going into. Are you? In other words, you ready to just lay it all out there?
I'm born ready. Listen, go.
I'm letting everybody at home watching know right now. If he gives away too much sauce, I might just get up and walk out just from being overwhelmed. I might just get up and walk out. So if y'all see me get up and walk out, you already know why. Because he once he starts going, he doesn't stop. I've seen this man do 8-hour Zooms. I've seen this man do 5-hour phone calls. So once he starts, he just keeps going. And I'm extremely excited for us to get into it. So, without further ado, let's get rocking and rolling.
Let's get it. Let's go.
So, for starters, man, to get it going, let's talk about a topic that I know you probably get a lot of questions about, and I too get a lot of questions about. Let's talk about late payments, right? Late payments are a very huge part of credit. As we know, payment history makes up 35% of your credit score, and 1 out of every 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 people who are watching this sit down right now, if they have no experience with dealing with late payments on their credit report, they probably know somebody else that has, right? So I follow you closely. I do my research. I do my due diligence on you. And one thing that you've talked about as it pertains to consumer law mastery is that apparently, as it relates to late payments, I think you've said something along the lines of late payments are actually illegal when it comes to your credit report. Could you tell the audience a little bit more about why is it exactly, as it pertains to consumer law, why late payments are illegal?
So the first thing I want everybody to really do is just unlearn everything you think you know about credit. Like, let's just, for a minute, let's unlearn and let's relearn. And upon examination, a lot of people think the consumer report or credit report and the FICO score are the same things.
Okay. Say that again slower. Say that again.
So when I say late payment is illegal, people look at me like I'm crazy.
Right.
Even though I can prove it, they still look at me like I'm crazy.
Right.
Right? So upon investigation, what I found out was people think that the consumer report and the credit score are the same things.
Okay.
They think they're one in the same. And that's where the ambiguity is. They're not the same thing. The credit score needs a consumer report. The consumer report does not need the credit score.
Okay.
The consumer report is a standalone product. It's a report on you, your reputation, your general characteristics, your mode of living, right? All of that stuff that Congress says, that's your consumer report.
Right.
Your consumer report now, that information is needed to generate a credit score.
Got you.
So Fair Access Corporation, or what people know as the FICO score,
right?
It is a scoring model based on your consumer report.
Got you.
Not that they're the same thing. And when we separate the two now, we will see that, okay, let's go see the wizard. Because now Congress says, you got your phone?
Of course, come on.
I gotta ask,
come on,
bro.
you know me. Come on, when he comes here, you're gonna do at least 100 Google searches. He's gonna have you looking through laws. Go ahead.
I don't want people that out here in these streets think I'm making stuff
100%.
up. Fact check every. If I say something that is inaccurate, incorrect, fact check me and let me know. I'll go look it up.
Right.
I got thick skin. I can take constructive criticism.
100%.
So, 15 USC 1681A.
15 USC 1681.
Should bring you to definitions and rules
Rules
of
of construct.
construct.
Right.
Now go to exclusions.
Give me a second.
Number 2.
Yeah. All right. So start reading from number 2.
Yes, sir.
All right. Except as provided in paragraph, the term consumer report does not include, subject to section 1681S-3 of this title, any report containing information solely as to transactions or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report. Keep going.
No, that's it.
Okay,
right there.
boom.
The term consumer report does not include, not a FICO score. You know what? Let's go to the definition of consumer report and let me know if you see the word FICO inside of it.
Okay.
This is where you're going to get the separation.
Okay, gotcha.
Congress is going to define to you what the consumer report means. And go ahead, my brother.
Let me click on that. In general, the term consumer report means any written, oral, or other communication of any information by a consumer reporting agency bearing on a consumer's creditworthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode of living, which is used or expected to be used or collected in whole or in part for the purpose of serving as a factor in establishing the consumer's eligibility for. Do you want me to read the subsections or no?
No, you can leave that part.
Okay, boom.
So, did anything in there say FICO?
I didn't see a word about FICO.
So, the consumer report is a report on you.
Right.
Now, that information is used now to generate the FICO score.
Got you.
Now, how late payment becomes illegal, Congress says on 15 USC 1681A2A1 that transactions, it's right there. Tell me what it says.
Go back to it?
Yeah,
All right.
transactions.
So we got an A, report containing information. So, okay, report containing information solely.
Let's go slow. Report containing information
solely as to transactions or experiences between the consumer.
Who's the consumer?
That would be us.
All right, go ahead.
And the person.
Who's the person?
That's whoever, I guess, is putting a.
Let's see what the definition says.
Person is, the term person means any individual, partnership, corporation.
Corporation.
Boom. So basically any business.
Any business.
Got you.
What's your Wells Fargo, your Capital One, your Bank of America? Those are corporations.
Right.
Whether they're LLCs, S Corp, C Corp, don't matter.
Right.
Corporations. So if Congress says the transaction between the consumer and the person making the report is not included on your consumer report, where does a payment history come from on the consumer report?
There you go.
So how is there a late payment?
It's not supposed to be there. Do you want me to keep reading from I, or is that
No, that's fine. We can stop there.
Okay.
But guess what? The two biggest part of your FICO are your payment history and your utilization. But in that same sentence or subchapter, Congress told you that the transaction, but what is an experience?
What is an experience?
Your utilization.
There you go.
So if the two biggest factors are on the FICO is the payment history and the utilization, but on your consumer report, Congress tells you that the transaction or the experience is not included on the consumer report.
Right.
With that type of information, how can you not have an 800?
There you go.
Multiple times.
Right.
That's how I built my 800. 3 times in 1 year, and I'm about to do it again. Remember the last time I told you I was going to wreck it?
Yeah.
I did.
And you brought it back up already?
Not yet.
Wait, you're in the process of
Yeah, I'm in the process right now.
Goodness gracious.
Right now, the last time I was here, I had an 805.
Okay.
I am at a 704, 705, and I think 700. I think it's somewhere there. They're not far off. You think I'm worried about a FICO score, bro? I'm not.
Because you have the information that you need to know how to build it up, break it down, build it up.
I can build the narrative that I want seen. I know that I can delete anything. A late payment doesn't bother me. A collection doesn't bother me. I got 2 cars on there now that I'm about to delete. When you learn this stuff, it's your report. It's not nobody else's. I have the say over what gets reported on me. Why? Congress gave me that right.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, I also have my right to privacy.
Mhm.
So if there's things on there that I don't want shown for the whole world to see it, I have a right not to have certain information reported.
Right.
So when you call these corporations and they're going to tell you that, oh, by law, we have to report this. What law?
Mm-hmm.
There is absolutely no law that says anything on your consumer report have to get reported. I can show you the law that says the consumer should decide what gets reported.
Let's do it. Let's look into it.
15 USC
Go ahead.
6802.
68?
6802.
Okay. Obligations with respect to disclosures.
Mm-hmm. Go to B. Opt out.
So B, right? So we have 15 US Code 6802. And of course, for everybody that's watching this, as you guys watching it, pen and paper definitely is needed so that you're able, of course, to write down some of these laws and do the research on your own to see and fact check and realize like everything that he's saying, it's not made up. It's not numbers that you're pulling from your head. This is the law, right? This
It's
is
right there.
It's right there.
That's the law.
So 15 US Code 6802, we're going to B. That's opt out, right?
Mhm.
So in general, a financial institution may not disclose
Financial institution. What's your Wells Fargo? Your Capital Ones.
Right.
Your Bank of America.
Right.
Your Navy Federal.
Right.
Your credit unions.
Mhm.
All financial institutions. Go ahead.
may not disclose non-public personal information to a
May not.
Mhm.
Does it say they shall disclose it?
Nope. May not.
May not. It's a choice.
Right. Right.
So when they come with the BS saying that, oh, by law we are required to report it, show me what law that says that.
It says here. That's a choice.
It's a choice.
Right.
But before they report it, they should give a consumer 3 disclosures.
Mhm.
Have you ever gotten 3 disclosures before they started reporting anything?
Nope.
You own a car, right?
Yes, I do.
Did you get a disclosure saying that, hey, we're going to report the information?
Just
And if you don't want us to report it,
just
you
pops up
can
on a
sign
credit
this
report.
paper to opt out.
Just pops up on a credit report.
Just pops up, right?
Right.
Let's blow the roof off of that right now. Go ahead.
Okay. So keep reading it.
Yeah.
So a financial institution may not disclose non-public personal information to a non-affiliated third party unless keep going or
Hold
stop.
on.
Okay.
Non-affiliated third party.
Mhm.
Lightstream and SunTrust,
Mm-hmm.
affiliated banks, they own. SunTrust owns Lightstream.
Mm-hmm.
A non-affiliated is your consumer reporting agency.
Mm-hmm.
They have no ties to that company.
Mm-hmm.
So a financial institution may not report to a non-affiliated third party
Mm-hmm.
any non-public information on a consumer. What does that mean? My name, my address. Those are not
Right.
public information.
Right.
That's private information.
Mhm.
My account is not a public information. That is private information.
Right.
So when we go into the definitions of things and we really start peeling the layers back and you say, well, what is public information
Mhm.
and what is private information?
Mhm.
But go ahead, bro.
Unless such financial institution clearly.
Unless. Let's not forget that word.
Mhm.
So you can do this.
Mhm.
It says you may report this
Mhm.
unless.
Mhm.
So if they say unless means no. If you don't do what follows, you cannot report this information.
Right.
So take it back from the top, no more interruption.
No.
But we have to break it down.
100%. I
That's
love it.
how you're going to get the full when you read it. Go
Right.
ahead.
So a financial institution may not disclose non-public personal information to a non-affiliated third party unless such financial institution clearly and conspicuously discloses to the consumer in writing or in electronic form or other form permitted by the regulations prescribed under section 6804 of this title that such information may be disclosed to such third party. Stop or keep going?
Oh, we're going to keep going because there's a semicolon.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Right. There's got more sauce.
There's more.
There's more sauce. It's more.
There's more.
There's more.
Go ahead.
Yeah. B, the consumer is given the opportunity before the time that such information is initially disclosed to direct that such information may not be disclosed to such third party
Do you comprehend what that just said?
I'm going to read it one more time. The consumer is given the opportunity before the time that such information is initially disclosed to direct that such information not be disclosed to such third party. Basically meaning that you should be given a certain amount of time before they put that on there so that they can confirm with you if you want it on there or not.
So even before that, the consumer is given the opportunity to say whether they want this information reported or not.
Right.
So remember, A says they need to give it in writing or electronic form. B now says they also need to tell you and give you the opportunity to say, do you want it reported or not? And then it says, and, semicolon, and. It's right there.
Got you. And then C, boom, the consumer is given an explanation of how the consumer can exercise that non-disclosure option.
A, B, and C must be given before your information gets reported.
There you go.
Out of all of the consumer credit transactions you've ever been into and stuff that's reported on your consumer report, have you ever gotten these disclosures?
Never in my life.
So if you know that you can opt out, how can you not control what gets reported?
There you go. You can control the narrative.
You control the narrative.
Son, you know I pulled you over today?
Because I was doing 90 and a 40 and hit 3 people along the way?
No, I don't care about that. What I do care about, though, is when checking our system, seems like you got a 580 credit score, right? Now, normally, I'd give you a ticket for this, but instead, I'm going to give you a link to a website called francoiscapital.com, right? They specialize in removing hard inquiries, charge-offs, collections, student loans, evictions, and so much more. So when you leave here, head over to francoiscapital.com and book your free credit consultation today, the capital way. All
right, well, thank you, officer. What the hell is this? Are you even a cop?
Have a good day.
Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. And we just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. We just so, man, and all of that, of course, stemmed from, us talking about just small things like late payments. Let's take it a step further, right? Because like you said, late payments are illegal. They shouldn't be showing on your credit report based on what we see here in consumer law. Let's talk about charge-offs, right? Because charge-off is another popular topic that I usually get messages and DMs about. For those people that don't know, basically a charge-off is when you're in debt to a company, and instead of them pursuing you, right, they kind of just write it off as like a tax write-off, and then in turn it leaves a negative mark on your credit report, and boom, now it's negatively affecting your credit score, right? But once again, I do my due diligence on you. I do my research. I listen to the Zooms. I in and out of those 8-hour Zooms. I poke my head in, I poke my head out. If I remember correctly, I think I've heard you say something before along the lines of that when it comes to charge-offs, they shouldn't even be on your credit report to begin with. I think I've heard you say something like that before. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Why exactly shouldn't a charge-off be on your credit report?
If you make $40,000 a year,
right,
is that reported on your consumer report?
No.
That's income, right?
Right.
Does income get reported on the consumer report?
No.
Okay. IRS says, anybody right now, go look up right now the IRS publication for 2021. And under cancel debt or 1099-C, you're going to see a definition from the IRS on what a charge-off is.
Okay.
And one of the language the IRS have is, it is gross or ordinary income.
Right.
That's by definition from the IRS. So if it's categorized as income, gross or ordinary income, how is that income being reported on the consumer report when the IRS says it's income and you're supposed to file it with your taxes, whether or not you got the 1099-C? That changes the status of the debt. It's not debt anymore, it's income.
Right.
You don't file taxes on debt. You file taxes on income.
100%.
Earned, gross, or ordinary income.
Right.
So now, if 15 U.S.C. 1681 S2 prohibits furnishers of information to report anything that they know is inaccurate or have reason to believe is inaccurate, how can you not dictate what gets reported? If they are prohibited by law to delete or not to report any information. Go to 15 U.S.C. 1681 S2.
15 U.S.C. 1681 S2?
S2.
This is going to get fun. Responsibilities of furnishers of information to consumer reporting agencies. You want me to start from the top?
Oh, please go right ahead.
So, duty of furnishers, of information to provide accurate information.
To provide what?
Accurate information.
To provide what?
Accurate information.
What does accurate mean?
Accurate means on point. It's 100%. There's nothing
All
about it that's
values correct.
all facts. That's what it means. It's all facts. There, right? To provide accurate information. Let's go to prohibition, reporting.
Prohibition.
Right.
If your mom says you are prohibited
Can't do it. You can't do it. That's what it means. You can't do it. And if you do it, I'm gonna thump you. I'm gonna thump you. That's what it means. Go ahead.
So if you are prohibited
Mhm.
by, this isn't somebody saying it,
Right.
This is a prohibition by law.
Mhm.
Go ahead, my good sir.
A, reporting information with actual knowledge of errors. A person shall not furnish any information relating to a consumer to any consumer reporting agency if the person knows or has reasonable cause to believe that the information is inaccurate. Stop or keep going?
No, you can stop right there.
Boom. There you go.
So how do they know?
Mm-hmm.
This is when our notices come into play.
Okay.
Our letters,
Mm-hmm.
the proof.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to let you know that first thing, the charge-off being reported as a charge-off collection, that's inaccurate.
Mhm.
I'm telling you it's inaccurate because it can't be a charge-off collection. It's either a charge-off or a collection.
Right.
Not only that, the IRS says this is income.
Mhm.
Income does not get reported.
Right.
Why are you reporting an inaccurate account?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm filing it with my taxes.
Mhm.
This is income.
Mhm.
It can't be income and debt at the same time.
Right.
Unless you know something that I don't, or somebody knows something that I don't.
Right.
I don't know of anything being income and debt at the same time.
Mhm.
It's either income or it's debt.
Right.
And if the IRS says, which is the biggest CPA in the United States of America,
100%.
says this is gross or ordinary income,
Mhm.
how is this corporation going to put it on there as debt?
Right.
And it's not. So now you are furnishing inaccurate information.
Mhm.
And now it brings you to 15 USC 1681 S2,
Mhm.
where you're prohibited
Mhm.
from reporting inaccurate information.
Mhm.
So what charge off are we talking about?
Get it out of here. Skedaddle. Take it off. Take it off.
So
Right.
this is the power of the law.
Right.
The law can be a powerful tool for you, or it can be a scary thing for you.
Right.
As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Mm.
So if it's called consumer law.
Right.
First of all, it's made for you.
Mhm.
It's consumer law.
Mhm.
Why not use it?
Mhm.
Why not?
Mhm. Mhm.
So what I want people to comprehend, when I talk about my mentorships and I talk about my do you know the amount of late payments we got deleted, charge off, bankruptcy?
Mhm.
I had this one mentee. She's been struggling to delete this charge off for almost 3 years.
Crazy.
She joined the mentorship. Boom, it's gone.
Like that.
One of my guy had a late payment for
Mhm.
2 years.
Mhm.
Boom. There's this other dude. He's not in a mentorship, but he said, yo, Daraine, I've watched all your content and I've sent out your late payment letter. I bought it from the website, sent out the late payment letter. I've been dealing with this late payment for like 3 years.
Mhm.
Gone. And he's like, whenever I put my funds together, I'm joining the mentorship.
Mhm.
And that's free game, bro.
Mhm.
The law is the law. You see, when these corporations rebut and they say, oh, we can't do that, their job is for you to lose hope.
Mhm.
You do credit repair.
I do.
How many times have you gotten stall letters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the time. All the time.
What if you weren't persistent after getting those stall letters?
Then you're not gonna get no results.
You get discouraged.
Right.
And it is discouraging sometimes.
Right.
Because they're going to put some stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
But because you know
Mhm.
what you know, and stall tactics are not going to stop you from getting the results for your clients. People are depending on you.
Right. Right.
They're dependent on you.
100%.
You're confident in your information, but the person that doesn't get the mentorship, that's not coming to you to get their stuff fixed, that doesn't know the things that they don't know, and they try something, and then boom, oh, we can't do that because we are required to by law. Which law? Tell me which law.
Right.
Are you just making up your own laws? Unless you're a Congress, well, these companies, are you making up your own laws?
Right. Right.
So when people don't have a strong foundation, a house on sand will sink any day if the foundation is not intact.
Yo, Marv, what's got you so worried? Oh! What's that all about?
I'm sorry, man. I just get so angry when I think about how these credit bureaus be treating some of these consumers out here. Look, see this? This is what it looks like when you're trying to get negative items off your credit report with the credit bureaus. It looks like hard work because it is, right? That's why you let the professionals handle it so that you can kick back, relax, and enjoy your life. So look, head over to Francois Capital where we specialize in moving hard inquiries, student loans, charge-offs, collections, bankruptcies, and so much more. And book your free consultation today. The Capital way.
100%. Man, listen. Hey, and we just gonna keep turning it. I feel like every time we get deeper and deeper into this, you just start rolling, brother. You just start rolling, brother. All right, so
I'm trying not to get too carried away. I am known to get carried away, but I'm trying
let
not
her rip.
to.
Let her rip, because we don't want to leave any stone unturned, and that was some heavy stuff. So we talked about late payments, we talked about charge-offs. Let's take it another step further. Let's talk about cars real quick. Let's get into cars, and I know this is a topic that you fancy a lot because you know you've played this game for quite some time now, right? But for the people who are watching, chances are 1 out of every 2 people who are watching this video right now either own a car or know somebody that owns a car, point blank period, right? And we know what we've been taught is the typical car buying process. You go to the lot, you look for a car that you like, you sit down, you go over the paperwork, and you put your down payment, right? You get the insurance set up, everything else, you pull the car off the lot, happily ever after.
Who taught us that, though?
It's just, we just took it and ran with it.
That's what I'm saying. Who taught us that?
We just took it and ran with it.
Look up for me right now.
Let's go. Let's do it.
15 USC 1601.
1601.
Congressional findings under truth in lending. Truth in lending.
You want to start from A?
Yeah, just read the congressional findings. There's a part in there that I want to bring up.
Something I see. Informed use of credit.
Informed use of credit.
Cool, okay. So
informed
right.
use of credit,
Yes,
not
sir.
uninformed.
Right.
Like what 98% of us got. We just think this is the way to go get a car at the dealership. But who actually told us that was the correct way?
Right. We just took it and ran with it.
What if we were told the real truth?
What if we were taught the real truth? But there you go. All right. Informed use of credit, right? Is A. So it says, the Congress finds that economic stabilization would be enhanced and the competition among the various financial institutions and other firms engaged in the extension of consumer credit would be strengthened by the informed use of consumer credit. Of credit. The informed use of credit results from an awareness of the cost thereof.
What?
The awareness.
The what?
The awareness.
Come on, bro. Talk to me.
The awareness of an awareness of the cost thereof by consumers. It is the purpose of this subchapter to assure a meaningful disclosure of credit terms so that the consumer will be able to compare more readily the various credit terms available to him and avoid the uninformed use of credit.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say something. Say what?
Avoid the uninformed use of credit.
So if we're not informed about credit, we shouldn't be using it. That's why people get taken advantage of so much.
Right.
You get me upset.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And to protect the consumer against inaccurate and unfair credit billing and credit card practices.
Wow.
You want me to keep going or you want me to stop?
No, that's good.
Got you.
Can you imagine for this to be in law, the amount of people that were taken advantage of, for this to get into law, bro?
Right. Has to be an insane number. Insane number.
And it's still happening today.
Right.
Firms, financial institutions, these corporations should be educating us on credit. This stuff is not taught in schools, bro. It's not taught in schools. We are supposed to learn this, the fiduciary duty that they have to break it down.
Right.
Do you know how many truth in lending disclosures you're supposed to get before you even walk off the lot, bro?
I don't.
It's a lot. Not only that, gap insurance.
Right.
Some people don't even know what gap insurance is.
Right. For those who don't know, if you want to quickly dive into that, you can.
The finance charge,
Okay.
1605. The finance charge is the sum of all charges. But let's go over there. There's a few points I want to raise.
You want me to keep
over there.
reading?
1605. You're at 1601.
Okay, so 15 U.S. Code 1605.
1605.
15.
And then from there, we'll jump to 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Determination of finance charge, right?
Mhm.
All right, got you. So finance charge defined, right? This is 15 U.S. Code 1605, determination of finance charge. A, finance charge defined. So, except as otherwise provided in this section, the amount of the finance charge in connection with any consumer credit transaction shall be determined as the sum of all charges payable directly or indirectly by the person to whom the credit is extended and imposed directly or indirectly by the creditor as an incident to the extension of credit. Keep going.
Mhm.
The finance charge does not include charges of a type payable in comparable
Does not
Mm-mm.
include.
charges of a type payable in a comparable cash transaction.
Down payment.
There you go. Keep going to stop.
Keep going.
The finance charge shall not include fees and amounts imposed by third-party closing agents, including settlement agents, attorneys, and escrow and title companies, if the creditor does not require the imposition of the charges of the services provided and does not retain the charges. Examples of charges which are included in the finance charge include any of the following types of charges which are applicable. Keep going.
Mhm.
Interest,
Mhm.
time price differential, and any amount payable under a point, discount, or other system or additional charges. Service or carrying charge, loan fee, finder's fee, or similar charge.
Hold on now. The dealership, they charge you document fee,
Mhm.
DMV fee, state fee, all of those fees.
Mhm.
You shouldn't be paying that out of pocket.
Mhm.
That's in your finance charge. But there's two more things I want you to hit on the head before we stop.
Fee for an investigation or credit report, premium or other charge for any guarantee or insurance protecting the creditor against the obligor's default or other credit loss,
Say that again.
premium or other credit for any guarantee or insurance protecting the creditor against the obligor's default or other credit loss.
So if
Mm-hmm.
you pull off with the whip, there's an insurance in there that's paid for in your finance charge. If the obligor defaults, it says it protects the creditor
Mhm.
in the event that the obligor defaults.
Right.
So how are you now going to charge off my account and send me to collections and you collect it on the insurance?
Right.
Doesn't that sound to you like some unrich adjustment or somebody being a thief?
Sounds like fishy business. Yeah.
The insurance is there. It says it there. It's included in the finance charge.
Right.
That protects the creditor
Mhm.
if the obligor defaults.
Mhm.
I default. Okay, you cash in on the insurance.
Right.
But you're still going to repo my car.
Mhm.
You're still going to sell it at an auction.
Mhm.
And then if there's a repossession deficiency balance, you're going to send that to collection. How many times are they getting paid, bro?
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's sickening, bro.
That's right. No. Might just throw up on this table right now.
And it's the same people, the consumers, you,
Mhm.
me. Dude, I had a 2007 Nissan Altima,
Mhm.
75,000 miles,
Right.
paying 18.9% interest rate. I had a $500 note, bro, on a used 2007 Nissan Altima
Right.
because I was uninformed about credit.
Mhm.
That's what happens
Mhm.
when you don't know the things you don't know.
Right.
You get taken advantage of by the people who knows.
Mhm. Mm-hmm. Mm.
No gap insurance. I didn't even know what gap insurance was.
Right.
$3,000 down payment.
Crazy.
And this was when I didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
When I knew better, I did better. Walked into the dealership, need that car, no down payment, gap insurance in my finance charge, give me my keys, thank you very much, zero out of pocket. What's the difference between the first me and this me? Mind you, first car was a used one. This was brand new, first driven by me, my scent, me holding up, me. It was all me, bro. Zero, not one single cent out of pocket. What changed?
Got informed about credit.
My information
There
changed.
you go. Yeah.
Can you imagine if everybody knew what I know, which is why I'm here? Because y'all need to know this.
Right.
Can you imagine how much people will save? Homes, marriages. You know the number one reason for divorces are finance?
Yeah.
Bankruptcies? Because we were taught wrong about credit. We're putting the light bill in Jimmy's name, the cable bill in Susie's name, the phone bill in Matthew's name. Wrecking their credit before they even have any.
Right.
Next thing you know, all of them turn 16 years old with a collection.
Crazy.
Then you don't know how to delete it.
Right.
Credit is bad. No, you were just uninformed about the use of credit.
Or misinformed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we knew that we could take Susie, Jane, Matthew, right, and put them on as an authorized user, open up a bank account, get a secured loan going for them, get a secured credit card. Because if you give them allowance per month, why not just deposit the allowance in the bank account,
Right.
have them use the secured credit card so they start comprehending how to use it.
Right.
So if you know I'm going to put $500 on there. If you know your allowance is $200 for the month, you do not spend over $200.
Right.
And the fund that's in there, you're going to use it every time and you're going to pay it back. And we train our kids this way.
Right.
Don't use your debit card. Everything on credit, paid off at the end of the month to less than 5%. Can you imagine the generation we're going to grow, bro?
It's insane. Right. Or just through education and proper information. Yeah. It's crazy.
What's being taught? Is credit being discussed in the homes?
Not enough.
People don't even know they can get paid for having bad credit.
And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into all of that.
Man, let's go, bro.
For late payments, a collection, and a bankruptcy, son, I'm sorry to say this, but you got bad credit.
Credit? But what? Marvin?
How you doing?
But what about my cancer?
Oh yeah, you beat that. Congratulations, woohoo. But listen, the real disease here is all these negative items you have on your credit report, right? So I'm gonna give you a prescription. Head over to Francois Capital, right? They specialize in removing hard inquiries, student loans, charge-offs, bankruptcies, and so much more. That's FrancoisCapital.com to book your free consultation today. The Capital way.
Wait, but did I really beat cancer?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm not an actual doctor, but Godspeed to you, my brother. Peace out.
What?
So now going back to the retrieving of the down payment, right? Would we use this law or would we use the previous law that we discussed?
None of those.
Okay.
You're going to use something else.
All right, let's get into it.
15 USC, 1635. The right of rescission.
15 USC 1635, right?
Correct. The right of rescission.
So that's 15 USC 1635. You want me to start from the top?
There's a lot.
Oh, I can see, yeah. So disclosure of obligor's right to rescind. So, except as otherwise provided in this section, in the case of any consumer credit transaction, including opening.
Hold on. In the case of what?
Any consumer credit transaction.
Any. So it's not saying you can only do this for a mortgage. It's not saying you can only do this for an auto loan. It's not saying you can only do this for a personal loan. It says any. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Any. Okay, let's go.
Consumer credit transaction, including opening or increasing the credit limit for an open-end credit plan in which a security interest, including any such interest, arising by operation of law, is or will be retained or acquired in any property which is used as the principal dwelling of the person to whom credit is extended, the obligor shall have the right to rescind the transaction until midnight of the third business day following the consummation of the transaction or the delivery of the information and rescission forms required under this section, together with a statement containing the material disclosures required under the subchapter, whichever is later, by notifying the creditor, in accordance with the regulations of the Bureau, of his intention to do so. The creditor shall clearly and conspicuously disclose, in accordance with the regulation of the Bureau, to any obligor in a transaction subject to this section of the rights of the obligor under this section. The creditor shall also provide, in accordance with the regulations shall also provide in accordance with the regulations of the Bureau, appropriate forms for the obligor to exercise his right to rescind any transaction.
Any what?
Any transaction.
Who's supposed to provide this paperwork?
The creditor.
Oh, okay.
There
Continue.
you go. To rescind any transaction subject to this section.
Did it say the creditor may provide or the creditor shall
It
provide?
says shall. That's what it says. Shall. With an S. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's in there.
So, my brother,
Mm-hmm.
any transaction,
Right.
when you bought your car, did you get your rescission forms?
No. I don't think so. I don't remember getting
Were you told that you could exercise the right to rescind? the
Not
contract?
that I recall. No. Never. Ever. No. They didn't even bring it up. There you
Doesn't that sound like someone is intentionally withholding
go. Mm-hmm.
information
Right.
pertinent
Right.
to the transaction?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's true.
Did you know that you can use the right of rescission to void any contract?
Didn't know that. That's crazy.
Well, let me not say any contract, any transaction.
Mm-hmm.
It says it. It says any transaction.
Right. It's crazy.
You want to get a home for free? You want to get a car for free? Y'all need to show up to my challenge.
Listen.
Y'all
Wait.
need
No,
to
let's
show
not.
up to
Let's
my
hold on.
challenge.
Let's not speed past that. We're gonna get to both of those things. Since we already talking about cars, let's talk about cars too, because you just made mention of getting a car for free. So how, if I'm watching this and I'm like, all right, I didn't get a car yet, but now if I could get a car for free, I would love to get a car for free. For anybody that's watching this, how could they go about using consumer law to get a car free and clear?
So first of all, I'm not going to tell y'all to do nothing you don't comprehend. This is where mentorship is important.
Right.
Because the last thing I want anybody saying is, in these streets, Daraine told me this, and you
Yeah.
running around not doing the thing the right way.
Yep. If they do that, slap them with your bare feet. Yeah, you got to slap them with your
Right?
feet.
So there's things that there's a way for you to do it. It's in the law.
Right.
I can't break it down here.
Okay.
Right? For the simple fact that I can't break it down
Okay.
here.
All right.
So Congress says a consumer has the right to rescind any transaction.
Right.
The creditor shall also provide you with all the information you
Mhm.
need, all the documents, and specifically tell you, didn't say specifically, but it says disclose
Mm-hmm.
to you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they withholding this information from us?
Right.
This is the reason why I have the 3-day consumer law secrets remedy.
Mhm.
You're talking about getting paid, bro?
Mhm.
I'm going to show you how to run up a bag real quick.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's get money.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I'm going to deep dive into the right of rescission.
Mm-hmm.
You've missed so many parts
Mm-hmm.
reading that whole sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, golly, should I just interrupt him? Should I just, And I'm like, nah, I can't give away the sauce. I need y'all to come to the challenge.
Right.
Because we're going to break this right of rescission apart.
Mm-hmm.
You got a mortgage,
Mm-hmm.
you got a car,
Mhm.
you got a personal loan.
Mm-hmm.
There's things you can do
Mhm.
legally
Mhm.
right there.
Right.
I'm not making none of this up.
Mhm.
You just read it.
Mm-hmm.
Legally, Congress says you can rescind a transaction.
Right.
Any transaction. Any transaction.
Right.
Come learn how to do that.
Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Come learn how to do that.
Right.
Why? You need to be informed.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be educated.
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, you need to take your power back. So if you knew that you had the ability,
Mhm.
this home that you've been struggling,
Right.
you're working doubles
Mhm.
every single week. You're at work more than you're at home, paying for the home
Right.
that you're not sleeping in. And there's law that says if the consumer in good faith decides to rescind the transaction, you are able to rescind the transaction.
Right.
But not only are you able to rescind the transaction, you may retain the possession.
Right.
So you're going to void and cancel all
Mhm.
security interest
Mhm.
with
Crazy.
no obligation.
Crazy.
Do you
It's
comprehend
insane. Yeah.
why we're not being told this type of
It's
information?
powerful stuff. Yeah.
Bruh.
It's powerful
You
stuff.
get a whole house for free, bruh.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, but hold on. Now, I'm happy that you said that, right? Because remember, we dibbled and dabbled in the cars. Let's get into the heavy stuff. Because remember, if people were tapped into part 2, I made mention of mortgages, and you was about to give it away, but then you kind of was like, and you was like, yo, but that's part 3. That's part 3. Well, we here now.
Oh,
we in part 3 now.
Y'all gang up on me.
We in part 3 now. I'm telling you, if you go in the comment sections, you literally see people over here like, "Where's part 3? I need part 3." And when you bringing Daraine back on, we need part 3. We need you to talk about this, right? So we talked about late payments. We talked about charge-offs. We talked about understanding why we're not even supposed to be paying a down payment, right? Things of that nature. Now let's talk about houses.
Okay.
Let's talk about houses because the name of the series is how to delete anything, not a couple things, not the major things, anything from top to bottom
Mm-hmm.
from a credit report. We've touched on so many different things, but let's talk about a mortgage.
Okay.
If I have a mortgage on my credit report, maybe life happened.
A lot of people do.
A lot of people do. If you own a home, chances are you have a mortgage that's reporting on
Especially
your
if
credit
you're
report.
upside down.
There you go, right? So now, if things went bad, maybe they missed a couple payments, whatever it may be. Now they want to figure out how they can just get this thing off their credit report completely. You are Mr. Delete anything from the credit report. So if I want to get this mortgage off my credit report, what are the steps I could take to make that happen?
So there's 2 ways to do it. Right?
Talk to me.
The first one is opt out.
Okay.
Remember 6802?
Right.
They didn't give us our disclosures.
100%.
It was a consumer credit transaction.
100%.
We didn't get our truth in lending disclosures. We
Mhm.
didn't get our opt out, our Graham Leach Bailey disclosures,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So using that, you can opt out of that. Boom, get it deleted. Under 15 USC 1681 A to B, it speaks about approvals.
You want me to look it up right now?
Yeah, let's go.
do it. 15.
15 USC
Mhm.
1681 A, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to exclusions, go down. It's going to speak about
15 USC 1681A.
Mhm.
And then you said go down to
definition, rules, and construct. Then you go to number 2,
where it says exclusions.
exclusions. And then you go down to B. We
Okay.
were reading A1. Let's go down to B.
All right, so you ready?
Yeah,
Any authorization.
there we go. So now, before you start there, read 2, the exclusion, and then go straight to there.
Okay, got you. So exclusions, except as provided in paragraph, and then go straight, and then it's 3.
All of it. Read all of number 2.
Except as provided in paragraph, the term consumer report does not include
Go straight down to B now.
any authorization or approval of a specific credit extension of credit directly or indirectly by the issuer of a credit card or similar device. Keep going.
No, that's it.
Boom.
Do you comprehend what that just said?
A little bit, but I would like for you to break it down a bit more.
All right, let me use the correct words.
Talk to them.
All right. Any authorization or approval, a mortgage is an approval
Mhm.
of a specific line of credit, right?
100%.
A mortgage.
Yeah.
So now, if except as provided in paragraph 3,
Mm-hmm.
your consumer report does
Mhm.
not include approval
Mm-hmm.
of a specific extension of credit directly to you,
Mm-hmm.
the consumer. What
Mhm.
is a mortgage? What is a student loan?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Isn't that a specific extension of credit?
It is.
And then it goes down to say, by the issuer of a credit card or similar device.
Right.
or similar device.
Mhm.
What other device we know that's synonymous with a credit card?
The social security
my
card.
guy.
Yeah, I remember. You know, I do a little homework. I do a little homework. Yeah.
Now let's go to 1602L. 15 USC 1602L.
15 USC
1602L.
L. That is definitions of rules and
Construct.
instructions. So let's go down to L.
L.
A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So, boom. The term credit card means any card, plate,
Any card.
plate, coupon book, or other credit device existing for the purpose of obtaining money, property, labor, or services on credit.
Mm.
There you go.
Go back now to
Go back to
the previous chapter.
where we was
Yep.
exclusion.
B, exclusion. And what does B say now?
Any authorization or approval of a specific extension of credit directly or indirectly by the issuer.
I see you're connecting it now.
There you go.
You're connecting it,
I
didn't
am.
you? Connected it, didn't
I
you?
am. Yeah, of a credit card or similar device. It's not supposed to be on there.
It's not supposed to be on there.
Take
King.
that off. Take that off. Yeah.
So if you have the ability to delete anything,
Mm-hmm.
how can you not have an abundant life?
Right.
Like, y'all might think I paid for all of this. I did not.
Okay.
This is credit.
Right.
This is credit. Whether I'm MSing, get the cash back, this is credit.
Mhm.
I'm not coming out of pocket for this.
Mhm.
Or what I do come out for pocket for, it's a business expense.
Right.
That makes it a write-off.
Mhm.
I'm here, I'm talking to you.
Mhm. Right.
I am not using my own funds, bro.
Right.
I'm using my funds for Airbnb.
Mhm.
Right now, I want a few trucks on the road. I want some trailers.
Mhm. Right.
Build asset, leverage credit, use your funds to invest. It's been going on for years.
Still going on.
We just never
late.
got-
Yeah, we're late.
We late to the party.
Right.
You know that one friend that shows up right when the party's about to finish?
Right.
And then you're like, he's ready to party, but we've been partying for 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
Nah, bro, later. We are late to the party.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, when is enough enough
Mm-hmm.
for us to say, all right, I need to take control of my finances.
Right.
I need to stop running from debt collectors.
Mhm.
I need to stop hiding from the consumer reporting agencies. I need to stop being discouraged when they tell me some stuff that is not true, but you don't know that it's not true. So I can't even blame you for that.
Right.
What is the importance of mentorship?
Right.
Everybody has mentor. When you were a kid, how do you think you learn how to walk?
Mentorship.
Seeing
Parents.
other people doing it.
Yeah.
You go to school. Who's the mentor in there? Your professor,
Mhm.
your teacher. They're guiding you.
Mhm.
So why do we think after a certain amount of time, we don't need mentorship?
Mhm.
Oh, well, if you're mentoring, it should be for free. No, people don't value free stuff.
That's a fact.
The heart goes where the pocketbook goes.
Facts. Facts. Facts.
So when you pay attention.
Mhm.
But if you are not willing to invest in yourself, why should I invest in you?
Right.
You don't even believe your own product.
Mm-hmm.
Why should I?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a matter of what are you willing to do
Mm-hmm.
to get what you want?
Mm-hmm.
Where you are, bad and terrible credit,
Mm-hmm.
good credit, walk in a dealership, walk into a real estate office, go get your home.
Mm-hmm.
3 days later, exercise your right to rescind, keep possession of it.
Mm-hmm.
If the 3-day passes, request the paperwork, whichever is later.
Mm-hmm.
But you have 3 years to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If that 3-year passes and you don't do it,
Mm-hmm.
you can't exercise the right of rescission under that first transaction.
Right.
But what happens if you refinance? Yo, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna just stop right here.
Man,
I'm
listen.
gonna
See,
stop.
this is why I can't be bringing you on my track, because every time I think I know this is the last part of the series, you say something like, okay, we got to do a part 4 now, then a 5, then a 6, then a 7. You just keep going. You just keep going, brother. I love it. I absolutely love it. Man, a lot of sauce, a lot of gems, a lot of value that was provided. I know we have to start wrapping things up, but you know, you made mention of mentorship, and I know how important mentorship is
It
for
is.
you. And of course, I know you made slight mention of it throughout. But before we go, I wanted you to, of course, get a chance to talk about. I think you have a challenge coming up
Mm-hmm.
to give a sense to let people know what exactly you have going on in the upcoming week.
All right. So, what do I have on here? 6-figure secrets, get paid for violations.
Make sure you got the mic near.
Oh yeah, my bad. All right, cool. People don't know they can get paid for having bad credit.
Okay.
I'm talking 6 figures right now.
Okay. That's insane.
I can prove it. But if you don't believe me, I'm willing to bet $100.
I mean, you've already proven. I'm not going to bet against you. But okay, we could get paid from bad credit. Go ahead.
All right, bet. What's the number one thing you see? You look at a lot of consumer reports. What's the number one thing you see on there?
Of inquiries, excess personal information, different credit cards, a bunch of different things.
Violations.
Well, okay, boom, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Violations, right?
Right.
Can you imagine the amount of violations on people's report that they don't even know it's there?
Mm-hmm.
99% of people right now don't even know that the debt collection rules have changed.
Okay. That's crazy.
Debt collectors can't park debt on your consumer report without first contacting the consumer anymore.
That's insane.
Then they got to wait 14 days for a letter of undeliverability. And if it gets returned to sender within that time, that debt cannot go on the report. Debt collectors don't know this.
Right.
They put it on the reports anyway. But what happened when you're the informed consumer who knows this?
Mm-hmm.
That becomes a violation.
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, I'm going to go apply for some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to get denied.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can prove as a result of their failure,
Mm-hmm.
new laws. We're in January.
Mm-hmm.
It's been almost 2 months. It is 2 months.
We're in February now.
Yeah. 2 months since the new law has passed. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. You illegally put an item on my consumer report
Right.
without using the proper due diligence, without following the law.
Mm-hmm.
I got damaged because I want trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I go use my personal credit because they offer equipment loans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go to my guy and, dude, you have a collections on your report. What are you talking about, a collections? Yeah. This just hit last week.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean it just hit last week? You have hold on. Now, I remember Daraine saying that the collection laws changed.
Mm-hmm.
I also remember Daraine saying that if a debt collector doesn't contact me, they're not allowed to put anything on my consumer report.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me go check my mail.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in the mail.
Right.
But I'm getting a call now every day of the week from the same collection company.
Mm-hmm.
Every day
Mm-hmm.
regarding the same debt.
Mm-hmm.
But now I remember Daraine also saying a debt collector is only supposed to contact you once per 7-day increments. New laws per account.
Right. It's crazy.
But this company's calling me every day. I'm at work, they're harassing me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the bus, they're harassing me, talking about I owe a debt. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you comprehend the amount of violations when I print out my bill,
Mm-hmm.
my statement, my phone bill,
Right.
and I highlight all of this, multiple calls per day? I lost the deal to get the 5 trailers. Each trailer is going at $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
5 times 3, that's 18. That's what, 180,000, right?
Give or take. Yeah.
180,000. Can you pull up for me what 15 USC 1692K says?
15 USC.
1692K. We're in the debt collection. We're in the FDCPA in the civil liability section.
Okay. What section? A from amount of damages?
K as in
Okay.
kilo.
Okay. You see.
You're in 1692K?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, start from the top.
Except as otherwise provided by this section, any debt collector who fails to comply with any provision of this subchapter,
Any what?
any provision of the subchapter,
Any debt collector. Any debt collector.
right, with any provision of the subchapter
Mm-hmm.
with respect to any person is liable to such person in an
Mhm.
amount equal to the sum of
Mm-hmm.
any actual damage.
Any actual damages.
Right.
I lost out on 180,000 for my trailers
Mm-hmm.
to start my trucking business.
Mm-hmm. That's damages.
They failed to follow the law.
Mm-hmm.
They harassed me every day, calling me.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in the mail.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Can you get paid from having bad credit?
Yes, you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that $100. All right.
And that's a great way to close this thing out, man. Listen, as always, I love having you on here, man. You always give a lot of values and a lot of gems, and of course, as it pertains to the challenge,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I'm gonna leave a link to that in the description of the
Yeah.
video.
So basically what the Consumer Law Secrets Remedy Challenge is,
Mhm.
I'm gonna give y'all all the sauce. I'm gonna give you, deleting the mortgage. I'm gonna go through how you do it.
Mhm.
I'm also going to give the case law that supports it.
Mhm.
So when you do this, just know that this has been proven already.
Mhm.
Daraine's not just making some stuff up.
Right.
The same thing with the auto loan,
Right.
right? We're gonna go about deleting it from the consumer report.
100%.
How you delete it from the consumer report?
Mhm.
Go put it on Turo,
Mm-hmm.
dude. You know that car pays me every month. That I got for free.
Right.
Every month.
the blue John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Every month I get a deposit.
Mm.
It pays for itself.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? I just did. I can't say it on here. I can't say it.
You
on
gonna say it on the challenge?
I can't say it on
You
here.
gonna save it for the challenge?
I can't say it on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Because
right.
this goes I can't say what I can't say that part.
Okay.
Y'all forgive me. I cannot say it here.
We might just have to do a part 4.
I just cannot say
we might just have to do a part 4. But either way, the link to the challenge will be in the description below as well.
Mhm.
And then of course you can also let them know where they can follow you as
Yep,
well
yep.
at the_credit_hero.
Yeah, the credit hero.
Right. Boom, on Instagram and just about everywhere else. And man, my brother, always a pleasure to have you on.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. This might just be part 4.
Two more things
Mhm.
too. Inquiries.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nuisance to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Inquiries and there's 3 things that I wanted to give you. I recently made my consumer law secret study flashcards.
Okay.
So this is where you're able to have these flashcards anywhere.
Right.
Put it on your phone, don't have internet, the shit works.
Mhm.
If you have inquiries, I got a 24-hour inquiry express deletion guide. I'm going to package that
Mhm.
with the consumer law secret study flashcard.
Right.
And there's one more thing that I wanted to put together for you, Marvin.
Talk to me.
I don't know what it is yet.
But it'll most likely be in the description.
I might throw in there my repossession guide.
I love it. Let's do it.
A lot of people have repossession that was done incorrectly.
All right.
You can get paid from repossession.
Mhm.
I've known you've heard me say this before.
100%.
You can get seriously paid for repossession.
Right.
So what I'll do is the 24-hour study flashcard,
Mhm.
the repossession guide,
Mm-hmm.
and the study flashcards.
Yeah, the inquiry.
Yes.
Yeah. There
yes.
you go.
Yes. So 3.
Mhm.
I'm going to bundle all 3, and I'm not changing the price. $47.
Boom. There you go. And you'll make that available
Should
for the
go
audience as well.
57. No. Your people like me. I
Right.
like your people.
There you go.
They're great people. $47.
And we'll,
But
mm-hmm.
if y'all want to learn how to seriously get paid, and I'm not joking here, get the car for free, get the mortgage for free, get your down payment back. Do you remember inside of 1635, it did say when you exercise your right to rescind, you get your down payment back.
Right.
It's written in their laws.
Right.
Right? So not only are we going to talk about how to delete anything, we are going to get into the nitty-gritty of what you need to know. How do you get paid from bad credit? Got it right there. VIP is only $297. To learn how to delete a home, it's only going to cost you $297.
Right.
To delete a car, $297. To get your home for free, $297. I don't know why people are even going to general admission. VIP gets all the sauce, bro.
Right.
And I want to say to everyone on here, when it comes to credit repair, my guy right here has been doing a phenomenal job. I don't do it for you. I don't. I'm going to let y'all know. If you want to learn how to do this, this is what I do. I teach you how to be your own credit hero, how to find these violations, how to do what you need to do. But if you don't have the time, this is where my guy Marvin comes in.
100%.
He has the time, not only that, the resources to get it done. And I want to say, bro, you've been changing a lot of lives.
A little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
He's been changing a lot of lives. And you got to give credit and flowers where credit and flowers is due. You've been doing a great job.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And there's so much blessings about to come your way.
I appreciate it,
You
man.
have no idea.
My brother. Hey.
You got no idea, bro.
Hey, man. What a way to close this thing out. Hey, man, for everybody that's tapped in, I appreciate it. I'll leave all the links and things like that in the description below. And it's always, of course, a pleasure to have you on here. But if you haven't already, make sure you guys take a second, take a minute, take an hour out of your day right here, right now to go ahead and slap that like button if you received any value from this sit down. And as always, I'm Marvin Francois, my guy, Mr. Daraine Delevante.
Let's go.
Y'all have been good. We've been great. And as always, thank you and God bless. Peace.
Let's go.